All right, so are you ready for an awesome weekend trip? One that's not just your run-of-the-mill tourist spot, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone needs a good getaway every now and then.
We're diving into 25 best weekend getaways in the USA 2024 from Explore Learn More.
Oh, nice.
See if we can narrow down some choices for everyone listening.
Yeah. There are so many amazing places right here in the U.S. I'm sure this article has some real hidden gems in it.
I hope so. I'm excited to see what we find.
Yeah, me too.
Let's start on the East Coast.
Okay, yeah, I love the East Coast.
Always a cool mix of history and modern life.
Yeah.
First up is Boston. They call it the walking city. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
And apparently there's something called the Freedom Trail,
Okay, yeah.
which is like this 2.5-mile walking tour of 16 historical sites.
Oh, wow.
But the coolest part,
What?
it's marked by a red brick line
A red brick line.
on the sidewalk.
Oh, that's cool.
So you could spend your whole weekend just walking the Freedom Trail, soaking up that revolutionary history.
Yeah, just follow the red brick road.
Literally.
Yeah.
Plus, you can stop by places like Old North Church.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where they hung the lanterns to signal Paul Revere. Or the Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum,
I've heard of that.
where you can actually experience, like, what it was like to be a colonist back then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Boston someday.
Yeah, it's definitely on my list.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, next up for a real deep dive into history, it's Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay, I love Charleston.
Just imagine it. Cobblestone streets,
Yeah.
antebellum architecture,
Yeah.
horse-drawn carriages. It's like a time capsule.
I love those cobblestone streets. It's like you're walking through history.
It really is. And speaking of walking through history, the article actually highlights the Aiken Red House Museum. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't.
It's a former plantation home
Oh, wow.
that's been preserved almost exactly as it was in the 19th century.
Wow.
So it still has all the original furnishings and the slave quarters and everything.
Oh, wow. That's powerful. It's important to see that, you know.
Yeah, definitely a reminder of a complex past.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next we're going to Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, lovely.
Seems like Charleston and Savannah both have that antebellum vibe,
Yeah.
but Savannah adds a dash of spooky.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard so much about their ghost tours.
They're supposed to be amazing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And this article even recommends walking through Bonaventure Cemetery at night.
Whoa, spooky.
It's known for its beautiful sculptures and those Spanish moss-draped trees.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. It's stunning.
Apparently, people even claim to have seen apparitions there.
Oh, my gosh. That's scary.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm brave enough to do a nighttime cemetery walk. Maybe during the day, but yeah.
A little less creepy during the day.
So from spooky cemeteries, we're heading to the halls of power,
Okay.
Washington, D.C.
The nation's capital.
You can't do an East Coast trip without visiting D.C.,
Yeah, that's a must-see.
but it can also be overwhelming,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
especially if you only have a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So the article suggests just starting with a walk around the National Mall.
Okay.
That way you can hit a bunch of landmarks in one go,
Mm-hmm.
like the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, the World War II Memorial,
What house?
of course, the White House. And plus, don't forget, all those Smithsonian museums are free.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You could spend a whole weekend just museum hopping.
That was a good weekend.
And, we can't talk about the East Coast without mentioning the Big Apple.
Oh, New York City.
New York City,
It's a classic.
it's iconic.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
Uh-huh.
But let's be real. A weekend in New York
this is not enough.
barely scratches the surface.
You need like a month to really see everything.
Seriously. So the article's advice,
What is it?
choose one or two boroughs, that's it,
Okay.
and really dive into those.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Pick a couple of areas.
Yeah, like maybe you're all about the art scene in Chelsea. Or you want to explore the hipster vibes of Williamsburg and Brooklyn.
Yeah, good choices.
But you can't go to New York and not see a Broadway show, right?
Definitely got to see a Broadway show.
It's a must.
Yeah.
And the article mentions something called TKTS.
Oh, yeah.
It's a discount ticket booth in Times Square
I've heard of that.
where you can get last-minute tickets to some really great shows.
Yeah, they have amazing deals.
Okay, so East Coast covered. I'm ready for a change of scenery now.
Me too. Let's head west.
I hear it's dramatically different.
Oh, yeah, totally different vibe on the West Coast. Trading those cobblestone streets for towering redwoods and rugged coastlines.
I love it. First up,
Yeah.
Redwood National and State Parks in California.
Oh, the redwoods.
Yeah, I've always dreamed of seeing those massive trees.
Me too, they're amazing.
Like, can you imagine standing among trees that are thousands of years old?
That's a long time.
This article mentions a 1,500-year-old redwood
Oh, wow.
in Big Tree Wayside that's over 300 feet tall and 68 feet wide.
That's incredible. It's like, what, a 30-story building or something?
Yeah, that's wild. So for a more accessible redwood experience, the article suggests the Leda Bird Johnson Grove Trail.
Oh,
Or if you're feeling a little more adventurous, you can walk through tunnels
tunnels.
that are carved out of fallen trees in the tall trees grove.
Oh, wow. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I want to do both of those for sure.
Definitely put those on the list.
All right, so from ancient giants to a city known for coffee
Ooh, coffee?
and tech giants.
Okay.
We're off to Seattle.
Seattle, Washington, love it.
Seattle, Washington.
I love Seattle.
Such a fascinating mix of urban energy
Yeah, it's a cool city.
and natural beauty.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think we should balance those for a weekend trip?
I think you got to spend a morning at Pike Place Market.
Pike Place Market.
Yeah. You can find everything there, fresh seafood, artisan crafts,
Okay.
and they even have fishmongers who toss salmon through the air.
Wait, really? Flying fish?
Yeah, it's amazing to see.
Okay, well, now I have to go. But what about the natural beauty part? I need some of that, too.
Right, yeah, well, you got to experience Olympic National Park.
Okay. Yeah, I heard of this.
It's incredible. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. They've got rainforests, mountains, glaciers.
Wow, that's quite a contrast to the city.
Totally. You get the best of both worlds.
I love it. Okay, Seattle's on my list.
Definitely.
Next, we're going down the coast to San Francisco.
Right?
San Francisco, home of the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz Island, and those cable cars.
Oh, the cable cars.
I got a city.
I know. I love San Francisco. It's so full of personality.
It is. And it's supposed to be super quirky.
Oh, yeah. Definitely quirky.
The article mentions Lombard Street,
Lombard Street.
the most crooked street in the world.
Yes, with those 8 hairpin turns.
Yeah. And of course, you can't forget it right on those cable cars.
Oh, definitely. Those are iconic.
Just going up and down those hills.
That's such a fun way to see the city.
Speaking of the city, I'm hungry. What should we eat?
Well, San Francisco is a foodie paradise.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to try the sourdough bread.
Sourdough.
They say the city's microclimate makes it extra tangy.
Oh, interesting.
Like the perfect sourdough flavor.
Okay, sourdough and cable cars. Got it.
Perfect combo.
All right, from San Francisco, we're moving on to another California icon, which is Los Angeles.
L.A.
Hollywood glamour.
Stars everywhere.
But it's so much more than just that, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. L.A.'s huge. It's a sprawling metropolis with all these different neighborhoods, each with its own unique vibe. Like, you could spend a day on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, maybe even spot a celebrity.
Ooh, fun.
Or you could head to the beach and soak up the sun in Santa Monica.
Yeah, there's really something for everyone.
Totally.
Okay, but let's be real. I feel like I need a week just to scratch the surface.
Oh, at least.
So for a weekend trip, what should we focus on?
The article recommends Griffith Observatory.
Okay.
You get those amazing views of the city and the Hollywood sign.
Oh, I want to see that.
Plus, there's the Getty Center, which is a beautiful art museum with incredible gardens
Nice.
and even more panoramic views.
Okay, I'm sold. I'm picturing myself with a coffee looking out at the Hollywood sign.
That's the life.
All right, our last stop on the West Coast is San Diego,
San Diego.
a little further south.
Yeah.
It's known for its laid-back beach culture, perfect weather, sunshine, surfing, fish tacos.
Oh, yeah. All the good stuff.
It's all about those beach vibes.
Definitely.
But what makes San Diego different from other California beaches?
Well, the article says the beaches are less crowded
Oh, that's a plus.
compared to other Southern California spots.
Makes sense.
Plus, San Diego has this really unique blend of Mexican and American culture.
Really?
You see it everywhere. In the food, the architecture, the whole vibe.
Okay, now I'm even more intrigued.
It's a special place.
All right, well, I'm officially adding San Diego to my list.
You won't regret it.
We've covered the East Coast, the West Coast, and now we're going north.
It's getting cold.
Get ready for breathtaking landscapes and outdoor adventures.
Yeah, time for some fresh air and mountain views.
Exactly. First stop is Glacier National Park in Montana.
Glacier National Park. Oh, that's beautiful.
It's a hiker's paradise, apparently.
Yeah, it's known for its amazing hiking trails.
And you might even spot some wildlife,
Like what?
like moose
Moose.
and bears.
Oh my gosh, I'd love to see a moose in the wild.
Me too. Okay, so speaking of those hiking trails,
Yeah.
the article mentions two.
Which ones?
The Iceberg Lake Trail, where you might actually see icebergs floating in the lake,
Oh, wow.
and the Cracker Lake Trail, which is known for its turquoise waters.
Turquoise.
and wildflowers.
Oh, wow. Okay, those both sound amazing. I need to see those turquoise waters.
Right. Okay, well, I'm picturing myself surrounded by mountains, wildflowers, and maybe even a moose or two. This is definitely going on the bucket list. But from the rugged beauty of Montana, we're going to a city that often gets overlooked.
Okay, where?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio. What do you know about Cincinnati?
Not much, actually. I just know they have good chili.
Apparently, it has a unique blend of history and modern attractions.
Oh, interesting.
And did you know Cincinnati played a crucial role in the Underground Railroad?
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, it's right on the Ohio River.
Oh, right, which used to be the border between slave and free states.
Exactly.
That makes sense, yeah.
So the article says the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center is a must visit.
I bet.
You can learn all about the people who risked their lives to escape slavery.
And those who helped them along the way.
Yeah, it sounds like a powerful experience.
Definitely.
Okay, so after Cincinnati,
Yeah.
we're headed to a truly iconic American experience.
Ooh, which one?
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. Okay, I've always wanted to see that.
It's one of those places you have to see at least once in your life, right?
Totally. Those massive presidential faces.
Amazing what they did.
So impressive.
And the article points out that it's pretty quick and easy to get to,
Oh, yeah.
especially if you stay in nearby Rapid City.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, so you could fly in for the weekend, snap some pics, and be on your way.
It's an efficient bucket list check.
Exactly. All right, what's next?
Let's see. Ooh, this one's interesting. Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit. I've heard it's making a comeback.
Yeah, it had its ups and downs, but now people are saying it's experiencing a renaissance.
That's cool.
Yeah, and the Heady's always been a hub for innovation and creativity, right? And that's really alive today.
So what's drawing people back to the Motor City?
Well, it's becoming known for its industrial art scene,
Oh, really? Like what?
like the Detroit Industry Murals at the Detroit Institute of Arts and Lincoln Street Art Park. It's full of these colorful murals.
So it's like gritty urban art that reflects the city's past.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're into cars, you have to visit the Henry Ford Museum.
Okay.
It's got this incredible collection of cars, planes, and other cool stuff. They even have the Rosa Parks bus
Oh, wow.
and the limo JFK was assassinated in.
Wow, some powerful pieces of history. Okay, Detroit is definitely on my radar now.
That's a unique city.
All right, where are we going next?
From Detroit, we're off to Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, the city of lakes.
Yes. Have you ever been?
I haven't, but I've always pictured it as a city surrounded by water.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty accurate. It's right on the Mississippi River,
Hmm?
and it's dotted with lakes.
I knew it.
Makes it perfect for kayaking, paddleboarding, swimming.
So you can enjoy that city life, but then easily escape to nature.
Yeah, you don't even have to leave the city limits.
Love it.
Yeah.
What else does the article say?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, it mentions the art scene, too.
Nice. Another one.
Yeah, they have the Minneapolis Institute of Art and the Walker Art Center, which are both supposed to be amazing.
Cool. Okay, well, I'm sensing a theme here.
What's that?
It seems like lots of these cities have a good balance of urban exploration and opportunities to connect with nature.
You're right. It's the best of both worlds.
I love it. Okay, so speaking of nature,
Yes.
our next stop is a true natural wonder,
I'm ready.
Yellowstone National Park.
Yellowstone. Now that's a bucket list destination.
I know, right? Geysers, hot springs, bison roaming free. It's practically synonymous with American national parks.
For good reason. It's incredible.
It really is. What does the article highlight?
Well, you got to see Old Faithful Geyser.
Of course.
It erupts every 90 minutes or so.
So cool.
And then there's the Grand Prismatic Spring, a massive hot spring with rainbow-colored rings.
Wow. That sounds unbelievable. Okay, so now I'm picturing myself surrounded by bubbling mud pots and steaming geysers.
And maybe even some bison.
Okay, well, we've explored the East Coast, the West Coast, and ventured north.
Yeah, we've been all over.
So now, I think you know what's next.
Time for the South.
The South!
All right, let's do it. But first, we have one last stop in the North.
Oh, where to?
Chicago.
Chicago. The Windy City.
Exactly.
I've heard it's a foodie's paradise.
Oh, it is. The food scene there is incredible.
What should we try?
Well, you can't go to Chicago without having deep dish pizza.
Deep dish for sure.
Oh, and the Chicago-style hot dog is a must-try, too.
Okay, what makes it Chicago style?
It's loaded with toppings. Yellow mustard, chopped white onions, bright green sweet pickle relish, a dill pickle spear, tomato slices or wedges, pickled sport peppers, and a dash of celery salt.
All on one hot dog.
All on one hot dog.
Whoa, that's a lot.
But it's so good.
All right, so deep dish pizza, Chicago-style hot dogs, what else?
Well, for some art and architecture, check out Millennium Park.
I've heard of that, yeah.
It's home to the Cloud Gate sculpture, the one everyone calls the bean.
Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures of that.
And you got to do a boat tour on the Chicago River.
Ooh, nice.
Amazing way to see the city's architecture.
Okay, I'm liking this. Architecture, art, food, Chicago's got it all.
Yeah, it's a great city.
All right, so that wraps up our northern adventure. Now I'm ready for some southern charm.
Me too. Let's head south. All right, we made it. The south.
Sunshine, good food, southern hospitality. I'm ready for it all.
You got it. And what better place to kick off our southern adventure than Las Vegas?
Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City. I feel like Vegas is one of those places you just have to experience.
At least once, right?
Yeah. But for a weekend trip, it seems like you'd have to plan carefully.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's so much to see and do.
So what does the article suggest?
Well, they actually say to think beyond the casinos
Okay, interesting.
and check out some of the city's more unique attractions.
Like what?
Like, did you know Vegas has a neon museum?
A neon museum, what is that?
Basically, it's a collection of vintage neon signs
Oh, wow.
from all those old casinos and businesses.
So it's like a graveyard for iconic Vegas lights.
Exactly. It's a really cool way to see a different side of the city.
Okay, I'm intrigued. I love that idea. What else?
They also suggest a day trip out to Death Valley National Park.
Death Valley. Isn't that like the hottest place on Earth?
Pretty much. It's the hottest, driest, and lowest national park in the U.S.
Wow.
But it's also supposed to be incredibly beautiful. They have those dramatic desert landscapes, colorful canyons.
So you could go from the glitz and glamour of the Strip to the stark beauty of Death Valley all in one weekend.
Yep, that's Vegas for you. Extremes everywhere.
Okay, well, after that intense desert experience, where are we headed?
We're going from the desert to the mountains.
Oh, I like that.
Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay, Asheville. I've heard good things. Tell me more.
It's in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Okay, yeah.
And it's known for its art scene and outdoor adventures.
Oh, I love that combination.
Yeah, right. It's the perfect blend. So the article recommends checking out the River Arts District,
Okay.
which is this former industrial area that's now full of artists' studios and galleries and funky shops.
I always love finding local art when I
Oh,
travel.
me too. It's so much more unique than just buying souvenirs at a tourist shop. And of course, for the outdoor adventures, Asheville is surrounded by those mountains.
Yeah. Hiking trails with stunning views, I bet.
Tons of them.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can even try whitewater rafting on the French Broad River.
Whitewater rafting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you've convinced me. Mountains, art, whitewater rafting, Asheville's got it all.
Definitely a good choice for a weekend getaway.
All right, where to next?
From the mountains of North Carolina, we're going to the heart of Texas,
Texas. What part?
Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, I have to ask, is it all cowboys and rodeos?
Well, they definitely embrace their Texan heritage. The article recommends checking out the Fort Worth Stockyards.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
It's a historic district where you can see cattle drives and rodeos.
So it's all cowboys and rodeos.
Well, there's also Billy Bob's Texas,
What's that?
the world's largest honky-tonk bar.
Wait, the world's largest?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to see that. But Dallas must have more to offer than just cowboys and honky-tonks, right?
Oh, for sure. It's a big city, after all. They have a great arts and culture scene, museums like the Dallas Museum of Art and the Pro Museum of Nature and Science.
Oh, okay, that sounds cool.
Oh, and for history buffs, there's the 6th Floor Museum at Dealey Plaza. It's all about the JFK assassination.
Oh, wow, that's powerful history. Okay, so Dallas has a little bit of everything. I'm adding it to my list.
Good choice. Okay, now we're going west again, this time to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Salt Lake City. I've always been fascinated by that city. I know it's the center of the Mormon Church, but what else is there to see and do?
Well, the article recommends exploring Temple Square.
Okay.
It's the historical and spiritual center of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
It's this beautiful complex with gardens, temples, and a genealogy library.
Sounds really peaceful.
Yeah. But for something a little more active, Salt Lake City is known for its outdoor recreation. And the best part is, you can enjoy it year-round.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, in the winter, you can ski at one of the nearby resorts.
Okay, cool.
And in the summer, you can go hiking, biking, and even swimming in the Great Salt Lake.
Swimming in the Great Salt Lake. Isn't it super salty?
Oh yeah, it's saltier than the ocean, which means you can practically float on the surface.
No way. I have to try that. Okay, so Salt Lake City has a little bit of everything. City life, outdoor adventures, unique culture. I'm loving this southern adventure. Where to next?
Well, we're trading those mountains for sandy beaches now.
Oh, a beach getaway sounds amazing.
We're headed to Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Gulf Shores, I'm not too familiar with that one.
It's a bit of a hidden gem on the Gulf Coast.
I like hidden gems. What makes it stand out?
It's known for its beautiful white sand beaches.
Sounds pretty standard for the Gulf Coast.
But the beaches here are supposed to be quieter and less crowded than some of those more popular southern spots.
Oh, that's a huge plus, so you can really relax and unwind.
Exactly. But if you do want a little adventure, the article says you can explore Gulf State Park.
Oh, nice. What's at Gulf State Park?
Well, it's huge, over 6,000 acres. They have trails, fishing piers, and even a zip line course.
Okay, so you can lounge on the beach, A&D, get your adrenaline pumping. Sounds like a good balance. I'm liking Gulf Shores.
It's a great choice if you want to escape the crowds and just chill.
I'm all about that. All right, where are we off to next?
Hold on tight, because we're going to a city that's known for its nonstop party atmosphere.
Ooh, where?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Hmm.
The Big Easy. That's been on my list forever. I want to experience it all.
The culture, the music, the food.
All of it. Where should we start?
Well, the article says you have to explore the French Quarter. It's the oldest neighborhood in the city.
I bet it's beautiful.
Oh, it is. The architecture is stunning.
Yeah,
And the atmosphere is so unique.
and I have to try beignets, right?
Those powdered sugar-covered pastries, absolutely. Café du Monde is the classic spot for beignets and coffee.
Okay, I'm adding that to my list. What about the coffee? Is there anything special about New Orleans coffee?
Oh, yeah. You have to try chicory coffee, the New Orleans specialty.
Chicory coffee. Okay, I'll try it. Now for the music, where should we go to hear some authentic New Orleans jazz?
Frenchman Street is the place to be. It's known for its live music venues. You can find every kind of music there, from traditional jazz to blues to funk. It's all happening on Frenchman Street.
Man, I can already hear the music. New Orleans is definitely calling my name. Okay, where are we wrapping up our southern adventure?
We're ending on a high note in Nashville, Tennessee, the heart of country music.
Nashville. Music City. I'm ready to put on my cowboy boots and two-step the night away.
Then Nashville is the place for you. The article suggests starting with a visit to the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. It tells the story of country music, from its roots to today's stars.
Oh, I love music history. That sounds really cool. But what about live music? Where's the best place to catch a show?
Well, you can't go to Nashville without experiencing the Grand Ole Opry.
The Grand Ole Opry, yeah. Isn't that the longest running radio show in history?
It is, and it's hosted some of the biggest names in country music.
It's iconic. But I bet Nashville has more than just country music.
Oh, totally. It's a music lover's paradise. They have a thriving scene that encompasses all genres. You can find live music everywhere you turn.
That's amazing. I'm sensing a pattern here.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these cities offer this great balance between exploring the urban scene and getting a taste of nature.
Yeah, you're right. And the South is full of both. Stunning landscapes and vibrant cities.
It really is. I'm already feeling inspired to plan my next southern adventure. But before I get ahead of myself, we still have one more region to explore. I wonder what other hidden gems the U.S. has up its sleeve. All right, so we've seen it all. The East Coast, the West Coast, up north, down south. What else does the U.S. have hiding for us?
Well, this article got me thinking, sometimes the best weekend getaways are right in our own backyards. We overlook the cool spots close to home.
Yeah, that's so true. We get caught up in those far-off adventures, but sometimes the most memorable trips are the ones close by.
Yeah.
Exactly. This list is amazing. 25 incredible destinations. But what about all the other awesome places that didn't make the cut? There are tons of hidden gems out there.
I know. Okay, well, before we go completely off script, let's recap some of the highlights from our deep dive. I'm officially in vacation mode now.
Me too. I'm ready to book a flight. Okay, so for those who love history and exploring on foot, Boston or Charleston would be perfect.
Yeah, cobblestone streets, historical landmarks, you really feel the weight of the past in those cities.
And if you're craving the great outdoors, Glacier National Park or Yellowstone, wow.
I know. Hiking through those breathtaking landscapes, spotting wildlife, it's an unforgettable experience.
And of course, for city lovers, we've got New York City, Chicago, Las Vegas, you name it.
I love how even within those big, iconic cities, you can really tailor the experience to your interests. Like focusing on a specific neighborhood in New York.
Or choosing hikes based on your skill level in Glacier.
Or even exploring the off-strip side of Vegas. Yeah, there are so many options. And let's not forget about those hidden gems like Cincinnati.
Yeah, or Gulf Shores.
Those places offer a chance to escape the crowds and discover something unique.
Exactly. It's all about finding those hidden gems and creating travel experiences that are like personal to you. What stood out to you the most during our deep dive? Any destination spark your imagination?
For me, it was Savannah. That mix of history, architecture, and those spooky vibes, it's so intriguing.
I get that. I love a good ghost story. But for me, it was the redwoods.
Redwood National and State Parks.
Those giant trees are just awe-inspiring. It must be amazing to stand among them and feel so connected to nature.
I bet. Okay, so here's a thought-provoking question for you, the listener. What if your perfect weekend getaway isn't on this list?
Ooh, good question.
What if it's a place that's special to you, a place that brings back memories?
I love that. It could be anything, a charming small town, a quiet beach, a cabin in the woods. The possibilities are endless.
So as you plan your next weekend trip, remember that the journey is just as important as the destination.
It really is.
Be open to those unexpected discoveries, embrace the detours, and most importantly, create memories that you'll cherish forever.
Well said. And who knows, maybe you'll discover your own hidden gem that deserves a spot on a future deep dive.
That's the fun part, exploring and finding those hidden treasures.
Exactly. Until next time, happy travels, everyone.